Matthias, firstly, I'd like to ask about your new signing, the fullback Amar Dedic, a player that you have worked with before. What are the qualities that you think he will bring to your Newcastle team?
Yeah, first of all, hello, everyone. To your question, I think Amar is a perfect fit and addition to the squad. He can play both fullbacks positions. Even in the youth, he played also a couple of times centre back. He's versatile in his approach. He knows the playing style due to our time together in Salzburg, which is always beneficial, especially when you don't have too much time to train.
Another fullback, Tino Livramento, who has been injured and hasn't played in pre-season. How fit is he, and what are the chances of him being in the squad on Sunday?
It's for sure too early. He had just one training where he was partially involved, so we need to be smart with his progress now. We can't wait till he's 100% ready. He has a huge potential. I love him, and we can't wait to have him back. But we need to wait until he's 100% ready.
And last weekend you mentioned that Joelinton has an injury. Could you tell us, please, what the injury is and how long he could be out for?
Yeah, he's for sure out for a couple of weeks, but I don't want to go too much in detail, as there will be always specialists involved, and the medical department is aware of it. We have a top staff when it comes to that, and I'm really confident that he will be back as soon as possible.
Thanks for that. Matthias, is Amar Dedic in line to start on Sunday? Is he ready to be thrown right in?
He's ready.
Yeah, and is that because he's been involved obviously with Benfica? He's got the full pre-season under his belt. Because obviously it's going to be different playing over here in the Premier League, but has he done everything you need him to do at this stage?
Sure, it will be different. That's always for new signings. They need to adapt, and that will be the same for Amar. He came a bit later back as well to his former club due to the national team, but in general he is looking really fit. He got some minutes already in the friendlies there, in matches there, so I'm confident that he's ready. And we need him.
How do you feel on a personal level going into your Premier League debut, and I suppose what is a whole new chapter in your life?
Excited. I'm looking forward. I have to say I can't wait now. First match at home, fully sold out. Will be an amazing privilege to be the coach of Newcastle United against the top team in the league. So I'm excited. Yeah.
And I know you've said a couple of times now that the team aren't at 100%. Obviously, you were late in joining. What percentage would you say they are?
I'm not good in mathematics, so I can't tell you that. But for sure, there is a gap to reach our full potential. We are aware of that. That's normal in that stage of the season. Then that we cannot be on 100%, especially when you consider the circumstances around. So we're smart, all of us in the club. We're realistic, but we're also ambitious.
Thanks.
Thanks, Keith. Andy?
Hi, Matthias. I saw Dan Bernard said that Newcastle United are at their best when they're kind of like Newcastle against the world. Is that the sort of mentality that you want to instill here at the football club?
Yeah, Dan as a leader and as a captain, he told you that. Probably also on purpose, because he's also realistic. He sees the situation, and I totally agree. And that can give us a strength. I mentioned that already in the previous press conferences. If there's a good synergy with the fans, and they will back us, I'm 100% convinced. Together with the players and the staff members, that could create this benefit, and we want to use that.
It's rare to see in 2026 full stadium tributes to one person, but we're expecting to see that on Sunday. Obviously, I know you've spoken a little bit about Kevin Keegan and what you've known about him. How special a sight do you think that is going to be in modern day football, seeing two different clubs coming together in such a way?
I think that's really, really special, and you will feel that on Sunday. legend. You cannot really describe what he did for our club. That is for sure a reason why the club is right now on that level. What he did, what he was building, and then also, of course, the fact that he was somehow of the same legend in Liverpool. So this combination, it's special by itself. And again, I think everyone in the stadium will show the tribute for him on Sunday, and it will be a nice honor for him.
Just finally, you'll be doing your first Premier League team talk on Sunday at St James's Park for the players. What would be your team talk to the Newcastle United supporters ahead of the Premier League season? What would you say to them?
Belief and consistent in the approach, how they support us. I'm a big fan what I saw already, and I will be even bigger fan when I feel it now on Sunday. So the togetherness, all in, all together, I used to say now a couple of times in the last days. I think that could be the biggest message and the biggest benefit for this season.
Thanks, Matthias.
Thanks.
Misha?
Hi, how useful did you find the friendly games last week, and how close are you to knowing your starting 11 against Liverpool?
Honestly, I have some good thoughts already when it comes to the starting 11, but I'm also patient when it comes to picking then and to announcing the starting 11. So we still have a couple of days. You know that probably as I do, that many things can change from one day to the other. So that's not the right time now to make the decision, as I have a couple of days left.
I know you won't want to say your targets, you've been asked lots of times, but what does a successful season look like for you right now?
That we see development, that we see improvement in our way of playing, that we see more and more togetherness of the group, especially when you have such a transition like we have right now with many challenges. Then it's always the best case that you see that improvement, you see that development, and that will be then for now a big success.
And finally, we've had the announcement about the club's plans for their new training ground today. You've been kept across it. Are you expecting to have input into those plans going forward?
Yeah, first of all, I'm really pleased that finally we could solve that and also announce it today. It will be a world-class training facility, and that sets the standards already for this ambitious club. So it's a great sign towards the future. We have now the young squad to build a future on, and I think that's just a really good combination because this is actually the base, the fundament to build something on, and I can't wait to see that development now. And I'm sure that I can also say one or the other word when it comes to development.
Thank you.
Thank you. Simon?
Hi Matthias, just to follow up on that point about the training ground, do you think that on the eve of the season it's good timing that the club is announcing a project as big and as ambitious as this?
Of course, why not? It just shows the ambitions of the club, and this is great. This has nothing to do for us that we are distracted or something like that. No, it just shows that beside the football project on the pitch, the club is also going in the right direction and having these big visions, which is really nice.
One way or another, it's going to be a very emotional occasion on Sunday. You will probably get to see the Premier League at its most extreme and its most emotional. How good a start, how useful a start do you think that will be for you?
Again, it's really nice. I can't wait to be there in the stadium, to coach the team in front of our fans. Of course, that was now a challenging period, like I described now already a couple of times. We want to use now the remaining days in the best possible way, get our ideas into the players' head, and then hopefully we can also deliver that already on a high level.
Thank you. Damien, would you like to go? Thank you. Hi, Matthias. How much?
Now I feel honoured to
You
get
may
a
not when you
question.
hear the question. How much transfer activity do you expect in and out before the window closes?
I think there is a chance that before you retire, there will be something done. So that gives pressure to the sport director, but there's also time afterwards. So we want to be efficient on the transfer market, but we also smart in our approach. So we only do the right things. We don't feel hectic or the pressure from outside. We go our way.
Thank you. We've got Craig and then Ian, please. Hi, Matthias. You said this week that you felt everyone or everything was against you. Can I just ask, one, why do you feel that? And two, can you use that to your advantage?
Again, sorry, I said that.
Yeah, in an interview this week, you said that you felt, I think it was the noise on the outside, that everything was against you, against the club. Not you personally, against the club and the team and the feel around it. Why do you feel that? And can you use that as an advantage?
So first of all, I will not confirm that, what you said, because I don't know if I really said that word by word like this, but to bring the sense of it in that room, I think it's smart from us to avoid the negativity from outside. And there is negativity. Probably you read the newspapers as well and the media, the social media in particular. So for us, it's the job that we focus what we can influence, control the controllables, and this is our approach. Again, we have a couple of days left to prepare in our best way the match against Liverpool, and then we deliver in the best possible way at that stage.
Thank you. I write the newspapers.
That's good. So you don't read from your colleagues?
The odd one, not all.
Okay.
Hi, Matthias. By your own admission, you say Newcastle won't be able to play to the maximum against Liverpool. How confident are you that an undercooked Newcastle can beat a side as classy as Liverpool?
At home, everything is possible.
Thank you. We've got Louise, Daniel, and then Luke, please.
Oh, hi, Matthias. I'm wondering, while you're waiting for a new holding midfielder with experience, providing he's fit enough, would you consider playing Fabian Schär there? Because he has played there for Switzerland, albeit in the past, and he's a really lovely passer and he's quite aggressive as well.
You like him, huh?
He might not be fit enough.
That's for sure one reason. First of all, we are really pleased that he's back in the training after a long injury. Yes, and I agree, he's a lovely person and also a leader. But we also need to be smart in that approach when it comes to the load management. So there are many aspects to consider as a coach. Not only that he's lovely.
Daniel?
Matthias, it's been mentioned that obviously this is your first match in the Premier League. Can I just ask about your journey to get to this stage? You know, your career in management hasn't been too long, but you're here already. So how proud are you and what has it taken to get you here?
I'm first of all really grateful, and I consider that as a huge privilege to be coach of Newcastle United at that stage of my career already, but I also feel that's a huge responsibility, and I'm aware of that. So what I can do, it's every day giving my best to try to improve, to try to support the lads in the way we're doing it right now. I'm really happy with the commitment the lads show on the training ground, and we're going totally in the right direction. So I'm happy and I'm really grateful.
Luke?
Hi, Matthias. Do you think, from what you've seen so far, you've only been here, what, 2 weeks, is it now, a fortnight? Do you think people could underestimate both you and this Newcastle United team this season in terms of what you're capable of?
I don't know, because I don't know how they rank us, how they rank me. And to be honest, with all the respect, I don't care. Because, again, it's not something I can influence, the opinions of others. We are good in our approach so far that we're just focusing on what we can influence. And this will be throughout the whole journey the same.
We've got Chris, Charlie, and then Jordan, please.
Hi Matthias, as Luke mentioned, you've only been actually in Newcastle for 2 weeks. You've been here for 3 weeks. Can you just say on a personal sense what the last few weeks have been like for you? I mean, obviously you've had the work side, but you're moving country, you're moving in leagues. How has it been for you personally, and what have the emotions been like?
Yeah, amazing, challenging, a lot of work. I consider the training ground at the moment as my home, which is normal and fine at that stage. So can say only good things. The biggest challenge probably is what I mentioned already, the dialect of some of you colleagues, and maybe the driving on the left side. But all these things are easy to handle in the future, so I'm fine, thanks.
Thank you. Charlie?
Hello, Matthias. Just to follow on from Dan's question before, your own playing career was cruelly cut short due to injury. What challenges did you have to go through to get through that, and did you ever envision that one day you would be right here in the Premier League?
I'm so looking forward for the match, so don't remember me on the bad moments in my life. But yeah, you always get something positive out of it. That was a tough moment when I needed to quit my career as a player in an early stage. But again, if you're going through this hole in your life, and probably you all had these phases in life as well, at one point, then you come out stronger, and that was what I tried to do, with discipline, with a commitment, and of course, if I would have dreamed that, yes, but I never planned something like this, because I learned that in my career as a player that it's not worth it to plan too long ahead, because not everything you can influence again. And now I'm here, and again, like I mentioned beforehand, that it's a huge privilege, and I'm grateful for that.
John?
Hi Matthias, just on the back of the training ground announcement, what have the club's owners told you about the future and the plans they have?
Pardon again?
On the back of the training ground announcement, what have the club's owners told you about the future and the plans that they have?
Yeah, that they're ambitious in the approach where the club will go in the future, and today with the announcement of the training ground, that's one step towards that bright future the club will have. And they were also realistic and clear about that period right now, that comes also with a huge transition phase. So that's what I liked, the transparency, that they are realistic about that progress, but they also, like I said, ambitious and fast forward in their thinking, and this is something I like a lot.
Sean, please.
Hi Matthias, obviously last weekend was the first time we'd seen Dan Burn and Lewis Miley in pre-season, got 45 minutes each. How confident are you that both of those players, or at least one of those players, could play the full 90 minutes if they need to do on Sunday? Yeah, this is something we need to see now in the next 2-3 days, how they adapt. I'm really happy that they could play already 45 minutes, and now we want to progress fast without over-progressing. I would say we need to be smart when it comes to the load management. But it looks good for now that there is progress to see, and then we need to see in the end how long they will be on the pitch.
Thank you. We've got David and then Martin to wrap up, please.
Hi Matthias. Alexander Isak is back on Tyneside this weekend. Is guaranteed, I think, to get a bit of a frosty reception. We have to tell your players to maybe not listen to the crowd noise, and how much do you like him as a player?
I like him a lot. He has pure quality as a player. I don't know him as a human being, but our lads will just focus on themselves. This is the most important thing, and I think also our fans will focus on our lads, engaging with them, supporting them. That will be the most important thing.
Thank you. Martin?
Hi Matthias, will you need to protect what is a young squad this season?
Again?
Will you need to protect what is a young squad this season?
Yeah, it's always good when you have young players that you don't put even more pressure from outside on them. They have already a lot of pressure and create a lot of pressure by themselves, stepping up in roles maybe they're not used to have at the moment. So from my side, they they get full confidence and commitment and trust and respect for the journey they have ahead of them. And it would be nice if the fans and the medias also see it in the same way.